What up, beautiful beings? If this message has found you, there will be something for you here. Thank you for being here. I wanted to share some insights that feel significant and hard to communicate because they feel tender. And it is, if you can't sit down without picking up your phone, or at least this is what Spirit's showing me. If we can't sit down without picking up our phone or twiddling our thumbs or shaking our legs or like moving, fidgeting, without our brain overwhelming us, and maybe like fidgeting to some degree. Obviously, if it's like medical, there's a little bit of separation between what is undealt with anxiety and restlessness, fidgeting, and the restlessness that comes from medical. So discern for what fits for you. But I often sit in pretty places like this, and I'll have music on and I'll be waiting for laundry to be done because I'm cleaning an Airbnb, and I'll sit here. I would naturally sit here on my phone, and I used to until my socials got deactivated because I broke a rule, I guess. So the AI bots detected, which was inaccurate. Anyways. So now I just sit here without this instant connection to the external world. And it's almost as if by just sitting here, the only world I'm experiencing is my internal world. And I want to pick up my phone and I want to scroll, but I have nothing to scroll. And I want to distract, but I have nothing there to distract myself with. Or nothing that like satisfies that distraction from what I'm feeling. And then just sitting with feeling. It feels heavy, and I'm just very casually, just sitting here, giving space to feelings that are I feel a lot of resistance towards. But I've decided to just compassionately give myself the space to sit here with whatever discomfort is happening in my body. Holding loving compassion for a part of me that feels so neglected and hurt and scared and unloved. And the more I lean in and let and soften to this feeling, the more it relieves itself. I think we wonder why we feel so unfulfilled. And I feel like it's because we aim for extremes. We want to feel the highest highs, which usually end up with the lowest lows. missing that the real nectar of life is in these moments where you choose to meet yourself with grace, despite what judgments or pressures or exhausting energies you feel and try to run from. And sitting with the ocean or the lake or the river or the trees or the and this isn't as easy in a city, obviously, so find yourself somewhere that feels like it gives you space. Because I don't feel like I can do this as easily at home as I can sitting here looking at this view, where I just give myself a few moments to be. And I ask where or what within me needs to be seen. Where this anxiety and fear is coming from within my body. Because life is calling me to step into bigger shoes and it feels uncomfortable. When you give yourself this grace, life shows us to the wind and the trees and, you know, life wants to speak to us. It's communicating with us all the time. But I think we're always too busy to see it. Like these little bumblebees. This is what came through just the other day. I was sitting here. There's these little bumblebees that are doing the work on these flowers. Let's see if we can see one. Oh, they all suddenly disappeared. How strange. But the bee goes from flower. I witnessed it the other day, and it goes from flower to flower to flower to flower. And I thought, why on earth would the bee do that unless the bee loved doing that? Like, they're just doing it because they want to. Not because they have to. Oop. They're doing it because it's what makes them feel good. There you are. There's a little gaffer somewhere over here. And they're just doing their work. They're just doing their work. And they love it. Because why else would they do it? Why else would they do it? Are those bees? Yes. Maybe one of them is for certain. But they just want to nectar the flowers. They just want to do their job. Because that's what they love to do. So the message there is do what you love to do. And that will bring you the greatest rewards. They do what they love to do, and they are rewarded in their own ways. It's so strange. There's just two sitting on. I actually don't know if those are bees, but they're just sitting there. I'm gonna kiss or something. Thanks for stopping in, guys and gals. Thanks for being you. Thanks for your presence, your love, your support. Oh, I'm zoomed in at exactly 11.1 times. 111. Oh, there's a third. Oh, he left. Are they mating? Or are we watching bees mating? What is happening? So strange. They're just doing their thing. That's all we gotta do. This is just our thing. Whatever that means. But that thing is a place of being, not a place of doing or efforting. It's a place of non-resistance. And to develop non-resistance to our resistance. To where we feel resistance. That's why I sat down here. I was like, oof, I feel resistance towards this, life pulling me in this new direction. And it feels uncomfortable and scary. And I thought I'd just sit with that part of me and let her feel that. Because then come the day that I step into those shoes, that part of me was already taken care of. And that is why I at least choose to do this. And maybe you're somebody that resonates with that chooses to do the inner work, chooses to love yourself even when it's hard, chooses to grow despite the challenges and the pain and the obstacles you overcome or are faced with. Thank you, Wind. Yeah, the silence is so loud when you really listen to it. There's so much being said. And it starts with asking yourself, what am I running from? And then sitting with that. Sitting with the sensations it makes you feel in your heart and your chest. It's taking what's going on an internal level somatically and getting it in the body and out of its logical reasoning for experiencing it. Oh, this is happening because I tripped and I stubbed my toe and now I'm stressed. We pick everything apart with our brain and we forget why we feel. And that feeling is actually the key to healing. I'm sorry, I'm eating chocolate. Should have waited. But what a moment. Thank you for sharing it with me. And the more we feel and the more we heal, the better we feel. The better we feel. Beautiful.